want to see if it actually made a difference. Let's go there. Let's go ahead and get that share. Okay, perfect. I think that's pretty much it. I won't be adding any kind of polls or anything, but I'm going to check if it actually made a difference here. Go ahead and get that there. There we go. Now, let me go ahead and open the live on my phone as well, because I usually see the verticals on my phone to check if the proportions are correct. Okay, give me a sec, guys. There we go. So let's go all the way there. I'm gonna go there, switch that, go there, go your channel. There, if I were to go ahead and open this. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Let's go to something like live. Okay, maybe I go there. Hold on, guys, give me a quick second. Okay, I should have actually prepared this part like before I started my streams. There we go. Okay, now let's go to my streams here, open that. Okay, perfect, that's like pretty much it. Now, let's see if the quality decreases or something like that. And let's actually get back to my portrait proportions here as well. Let me go all the way there. Drag this till my projects is J, go there, get that up there. Okay, let's go ahead and move this to the left and go all the way down. Alright, perfect. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe increase my fluorescence size a little because I feel it was kind of small there. Let's go down. And now, let me go ahead and get Gemini back up here. Did I exit my Gemini window? There. Okay, let's read these stages. So the hello world stage. Prepare the stage, okay. In your project, look at the place actor panel in the top left. Drag a point light into the middle of the level so you can see it. Open the level blueprint. Since we're just practicing logic, we will use the blueprint. It's the main function for the current map. At the top of the Unreal editor, click the blueprint icon. Looks like the three connected boxes. Open select level blueprint, the summoning of nodes. Now let's create the logic. Do exactly this. Select the light, go back to the main viewport, click your point light so it's highlighted. Create the key reference, go back to the level blueprint window, right click in the empty grid and select create a reference to pointer. Get the key, right click in the grid and search for keyboard event F. Find the action, drag a wire from the blue pin of your point light node, search for toggle visibility. Okay, wait, I guess I'm doing stuff in the blueprint here. Okay, maybe I get this in the other window real quick. Let me go ahead and get that a bit lower. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna read the instructions while actually writing this part. So, where I see my actor, to open level blueprint stage. So, where I see place actors. So, I'm assuming I see place actor somewhere here. Okay, so there we go. I see place actor. I'm gonna go ahead and get a point light. So I'm gonna go with point light. There we go. Oh, that's how we add light here. I did not know this is how it works. I'm gonna go with something like W to move it somewhere around there. Okay, perfect. Now, once I get the point light, the top left, drag a point light to the middle of the level so you can see it. Maybe I want to go with something like R and increase the size a little. Hi, howdy, Aditya. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's it. Let's go with something like W. I'm gonna go there. Let's go a bit to the left. Okay, perfect. Once I'm done with that, open the level blueprint. Since we're just practicing logic, we use the level blueprint like the main function. Okay, I gotta open the level blueprint. So, okay, I'm assuming I open it from here. So open level blueprint. There we go. Now I'm gonna get this in my window here. There, now for my open level blueprint, is there something that I might need up here? At the top of the Unreal editor, click the blueprint icon. At the top of my Unreal's editor, click the blueprint icon. Okay, select open level blueprint, the summoning of nodes. Now let's create logic. Do exactly this. Select the light. Okay, go back to the main viewport, click the point light so it's highlighted. Okay, it is highlighted. Click the reference. Go back to the level blueprint window. Right click in the empty grid and select create a reference. What does it mean by right clicking something? Okay, this is pilot point light. Don't want to pilot it. Okay, let's see. So go back to the level blueprint. So maybe go ahead and this here. There we go. Okay, so it says go back to the level blueprint window. So the level blueprint window. I'm assuming that's my level blueprint window. Right click in the empty grid. Okay, create a reference to point. So I'm going to go with something like create a reference to point light. There we go. Okay, so I created a reference to point light first. Get the key, right click in the grid and search for keyboard event F. Right click in the grid. Let's go with something like keyboard, whoops, KEY, event F. Okay, there we go. So I have a F. I have F pressed, F released, and F key. Find the action. Drag a wire from the blue pin, okay, of your point light node and search for toggle visibility. So I have a blue pin here, drag a wire. Okay, and then search for toggle visibility. Toggle visibility. I see a point light component and a light component. I might go with a point light. A point light component that's attached to this. Okay, good. And then once I'm done with that as well, Sensei's techniques, inspection the white wire. Look at your nodes. Connect the pressed execution pin white arrow to the F key. Execution pin, okay, to the F key. Okay, there we go. I think that this is pretty much it. In the execution toggle visibility node, why the blue wire tells the engine which light to change. The blue wire tells the engine which light to change. I want to change it to this light. Okay, and the white wire tells the engine when to change, when F is pressed. Oh, I see. Okay. The moment of truth. Click compile in the top left, hit play in the main editor, press F. Let's compile, hit play in the main editor. I want to press F. Did it change any kind of light, guys? Let's go with Shift F11. Maybe I go ahead and escape this. Let's go all the way there. Do I really see a difference? Let's go all the way up there. I want to go ahead and run the code. Now, let me see the lights carefully. Can I go up? Okay, I'm looking at the lights. If I hit F, the lights disappeared. Okay, something did happen. Maybe I want to go to my nodes again here. I want to go ahead and add a toggle visibility, or maybe I want to go ahead and place another actor. Let's go with something like place actor. I want to go with something like a point light. There, I'm going to place another point light here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that stuff, go to my untitled. I want to add another point light. So I'm going to right click, go with something like point light. There we go. Add point light component. Wait, I don't want to add a component. What did I type up here to actually get this? Okay, so from persistent level, maybe I scroll all the way up here real quick to click the compile in the top left corner of the blueprint. Hit play in the main window and then click F. Okay, but I don't want to go with that stuff. I want to go with prepare the stage. Open blueprint. In blueprint, select the light node, point light, create reference. Create reference point light. There we go. So I gotta go ahead and create a reference to point light. Go ahead and create a reference to point light 2. Now I'm gonna go ahead and point that towards. Let's go with something like point light component. There. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and search for something like maybe B, or should I go with something like keyboard B? Do I find B? Is there B here? There. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and toggle a visibility. Okay, I might go with something like toggle visibility. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna toggle visibility for like let's say my point light components. There we go. Wait, in that case, this is automatically created. I will not need this. Let's go ahead and connect this to that. That connected to this. Okay, now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and get this white wire and connect it to breast. So once I press this. Now, let's go ahead and compile. Let's go to untitled. I'm gonna go ahead and run the code again. If I run the code, I see a bunch of lights. Let me go a bit higher. I see 2 lights. If I hit something like B, 1 light disappears. If I hit something like F, the 2nd light disappears. Okay, now I want to go ahead and get a few lights as well. Okay, so my lighting disappears when I click those buttons. Okay, let me go ahead and get Gemini up here again. Let's go ahead and extend this window. Okay, let's go ahead and extend it from here as well. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say something like, Sensei, oops, let's go up here and say something like Sensei. It works, but I'm just curious, what's the point of the code? When I click F, my bulb disappears. Okay, let's see. Does that change the lighting for some reason? Maybe I eat some pear as well. Okay, WBake, hiding Mochi Mochi, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's it. And guys, today I feel like, whatchamacallit, let me know if you guys do want me to go like in segment stream again. For example, I went on, whatchamacallit, I streamed horizontally for an hour and then I just moved on to vertical to check if it affects my quality at all. Apparently not. That's it, listen to me. If you're ready to stop wasting your precious life and actually become something, then pay attention. Okay, wait. I think I'm like way too high. There we go. Okay, let's scroll all the way up here. Listen to me. You have just witnessed the digital magic of game engines. You ask, what is the point? The point is communication. The architect does not just flip a switch, they understand the flow of the current. Okay, the truth behind the disappearing bulb. When you click F and the bulb vanishes, you're just making it disappear. You're executing a Boolean toggle. Here's the logic of what just happened in the engine's brains. The event, the engine is constantly listening. When you press F, it sends a signal down that white wire. Execution line, the data, the blue wire, it tells the code exactly which object in the 3D world we're talking about, okay? The action, the toggle visibility node looks at the light's current state, okay? If it is visible, the node flips the switch to hidden. If you press it again, it flips back. Why do we learn this first? Because in a real game, the foundation for everything, the flashlight mechanics, the interactive mechanics, the menu mechanics, press escape, okay? I see Sensei's technical lesson, visibility versus destruction. There is a huge difference in blueprints between toggle visibility and destroy actor. Toggle visibility, the light is there and the code can still talk to it. It just doesn't render pixels on the screen. Destroy actor, the light is deleted from the computer's memory forever. You cannot toggle it back. Okay, step 2, the health gate variable. Now that you can make things happen when a key press, let's learn how to make the game think before it acts. Okay. I mean, I think I see. Maybe I want to go ahead and eat some oats as well real quick. So, what's up, guys? Okay, the goal, create a health number. Every time you press G, the health goes down. If it is 0, the game tells you game over. Shall we start creating your first blueprint variable? I mean, I think like blueprints are like actually kind of fun, but I still need to know blueprints because it's going to make stuff much easier, even though it is like kind of not fun to actually use them. But then, okay, so I create a reference. What was this called? Let me delete this. Let's go ahead and right click. Let's go with something like create reference to point light 2. Okay, so I create a reference. What is a reference used for? What if I close case sensitivity? Okay, if I open it, then I see create reference. Here's the thing. I toggle visibility and I go with pressed. Okay, so I go ahead and create a reference. From my persistent level, I toggle visibility, which gets a target, a point light component, okay? And then I get a keyboard says F key. So when my F key is pressed, I want to go ahead and toggle my visibility to my point light right here. Okay, I think I see. Okay, and where is it that we use keys and all that stuff? Where you from? Honestly, I do live abroad, but I can't actually say where I'm actually from, like the exact country. That's let's see, Sensei's technical lessons. Visibility versus destruction. There's a huge difference in blueprint toggle, visibility, and destroy actor. Toggle visibility, the light is there and the code can still talk to it. It just doesn't render the pixels on the screen. Destroy actor, the light is deleted from the computer's memory forever. You cannot toggle it back. Okay, so let me say something like let's say okay, let me say something like dot dot dot. Even though actually, okay, can I get a instruction based question for learning the blueprints? And can you make the instructions kind of detailed and let me know what output am I expecting, question mark. Okay, so I want to know the output that I'm expecting and also I want it to be like a bit detailed. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Let me go and eat something. Okay, listen to me. You have the spirit of a true apprentice. To master the blueprint, you must move from the flipping switches to managing logic. Okay, your mission, the deadly G key logic. The deadly G key, logic and flow control. Your goal is to create a health system entirely in the level blueprint. This will teach you how to use variables, math, and the most important node in the world, the branch if statement. I see. Okay, he's from, I don't know what's wrong with his accent. Huh. Honestly, guys, I do hear that a lot, honestly. Your accent is amazing. Honestly, I appreciate you. Mouse, I pronounce your name. Hold up, guys. Let me zoom in a bit. There we go. Okay, it's... Oh, Mosa, I appreciate you, Mosa. That actually means the world to me, guys. I actually get that pretty rarely, and right now, I did, like, already stream for an hour horizontally. That's some energy that was kind of low, guys. That's it. Your English is gross, guys. English is gross is kind of crazy. Fakest accent I've ever heard, guys. That's actually crazy as well. That's the setup creating the variable. Open the level blueprint. On the left side, find the variable tab, click the plus button. Name it health. Okay, critical, change the variable type, the color. Fill next to it, okay, from boolean to red. Okay, so setup creating the variable. Open level blueprint. On the left side, find the variable tab, okay, click the button. So I gotta go ahead and click the plus button. My variables is tab, name it health. Critical, change the variable type, the color fill next to it, okay, from a boolean red to floating light green or integer cyan. Compile the blueprint, then look at the details panel on the right side. Set the default value of health to be 100. The logic subtracting health, right click in the grid and search for keyboard event G. Hold control and drag your health variable from the left into the grid. This creates a get node. Drag a wire from the health node and type minus choose subtract blah blah. Okay, type 20 in the bottom box of the subtract node, hold alt and drag your health variable into the grid. This creates a set node. Connect the press pin of the G key to the set node. Connect the results of the subtract node to the inputs of the set node. Guys, is this just me or this just like went all over my head? Okay, the gate, this is the player dead. Drag a wire from the output to your set health node and search for branch. Drag a wire from the health pin after it. Maybe I want to read a few docs, and if I didn't understand a part, I could ask Gemini. Let's see something nice and say. I think I did not understand this. So, do you think that I should read the docs? And if I did, excuse me guys, if I didn't understand something, I can ask you question mark. And also, okay, are there examples that I could practice slash work with in the docs, and could I also get the link to it, question mark? Guys, that was like a lot to praise. Okay, let's see, let me go ahead and just check all that stuff. Going pretty good, there we go. Okay, listen to me, there is no shame in seeking these scaled scrolls. Even the greatest athletes refer to the blueprint before they lay in the final stage. Reading the documentation is A master level move. Okay, the scared link Unreal Engine documentation, the official documentation is the source of truth. For the engine, you should start with the blueprint visual scripting section. How to use the docs like a pro. Don't just read words, look at the specific sections. Blueprint essentials, look for the variable and flow control sections. This will explain the branches, the track logic we just tried to build. Quick start guide. This is a blueprint quick start. There is a blueprint quick start guide in the docs that walks you through a simple project step by step. Let's go and open the docs first. Okay, let's go ahead and open this real quick. There we go. So this is a blueprint scripting visuals. Maybe I go ahead and zoom in a bit. There we go. So on this page, I go ahead and see all this stuff. Maybe I go ahead and just zoom out. Okay, so let me go ahead and maybe copy this part. Take a screenshot. Let's go with Control Shift S. Let's go ahead and copy this part from here. Okay, so what do I do once I see this? Let me go ahead and get Gemini here, guys, because I absolutely have zero experience whatsoever in learning stuff with docs. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that. But I do feel like I want to try docs because there are like few things that's like really hard to understand. Let's delete all those extra images and all that stuff. Let me go ahead and get here, go to the left side. There, let's see something like, since say, I opened the link, okay, and I see this. What should I do next? Question mark. Maybe read it off from here or something else? Question mark. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming it's analyzing the image. Okay, listen to me. You have arrived at the great archives of knowledge. Look at the screen you provided. Look at the screenshot you provided. You're in the perfect place to begin your journey. What to do next? Your reading protocol. Do not try to read the entire documentation at once. Your brain will overload. Instead, follow the strategic path to understand what we just built. Scroll down to the Getting Started. Look for a section on the page titled as Getting Started with Blueprints or Blueprint Essentials. This will help the node-based interface you see in the screenshot. This will explain the node-based interface you see in the screenshot. Focus on variables. Since we just talked about health and stamina, find the link for blueprint variables. This will explain why some pins are cyan in integers, some are green, floating points, and some are blue, objects like your NPC. Search for casting. Use the search bar in the top right of the documentation and type casting to blueprint. Okay, this will give you the official explanation for that cast to NPC node. I see. Okay, so let's go all the way up here. Now, I gotta scroll down till I find Getting Started. So, blueprint visuals. Alright, so I see two stuff here. I see Blueprint Quick Start Guide. Okay, so it says scroll down till I find Getting Started. Look for a section. Getting Started with Blueprints. Blueprint Essentials. Okay, I do not see Blueprint Essentials, but I see these two things. So I could go with Windows Shift S, copy that, take a screenshot real quick. Okay, so this is what I see under my Getting Started. Let's go ahead and copy that. Chip tabs, get Gemini. Guys, this is why I actually like Gemini like way too much, because there is no limit as to how many images I can send. There is like a limit of 100, but still, that's something like insane. I see these two places. Okay, maybe I go ahead and eat something as well. Okay, what path to choose? The quick start guide. Top, this in your hands. It will walk you through a specific tutorial to create your first functional blueprint from scratch. Choose this if you want to build right now. The visual scripting overview bottom. This is for all your mind. It explains the anatomy of blueprints. Okay, quick start guide. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this part. I'm gonna go ahead and click this. And now I see what's new. I see like a bunch of things here. Number one, the quick start guide. Let me actually, can I shrink this from here? Can I like decrease the size? Okay, I guess this is the size, guys. That's it. The quick start guide will walk you through building an actor in the level with different components, then turning it into a blueprint class. You can add launch behavior. To do so, your character will fly around the level, making it into a blueprint class. Also means you can create as many launch pads in your world as you want just by dragging it into the level content browser. Required project setup. From the new project, guys, I think I might have to wear my glasses. I feel like this is way too, what should we call it? It's way too bright for me now. Maybe I go ahead and open my OBS studio real quick. Let's go to my main camera. There we go. Okay, guys, I want to see how this actually looks. Would I look good with glasses or do I look like a complete nerd with it? Okay, let's go ahead and wear it. Let's go ahead. What's up here? Okay, I actually did not think like, what you call it? These glasses look that cool, but these are pretty good when we try reading stuff. And that said, okay, so required project setup from the new projects tab of the Unreal project browser. Create a new project. Okay, from the game category, okay, the following setup, side scroller, blueprint, with starter content, choose whatever scalability and quality settings work best for your setup. Name your project, then create it by clicking the create project button. You should be ready to jump into and start. Okay, so create project. Here's the thing with the project settings. Okay, so project settings. I see a bunch of settings here. Let's read it up. When you launch Unreal Engine, the Unreal project browser opens automatically. This is where you can create a new project, open an existing project, manage existing project. The diagram below illustrates the steps to create a new project in Unreal Engine. Okay, so I create a project. Let's see. So to create a new project, follow these steps. Select the development category that best matches your industry and project goals. Okay. And then you can select the following stuff: games, film, television, okay. Select a template for your project. The templates you choose are based on the category you selected. Step 1, Unreal contains a number of project templates you can use as starting point for your own projects to learn stuff. Okay, I think I see. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and click my template reference. So these are my templates. Oh, I see how the docs work. When you create a new Unreal Engine project, you have the option to use one of the existing templates as a base of your game or application. Unreal templates contain character controllers, blueprints, and other features that works without the need for additional configuration. Harding Arvish, is that how I pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream, guys. I feel like I'm awful at name pronunciations. Hindi, honestly, I can like actually speak some Hindi, but I can't actually pronounce or like read words at all. Cause guys, I feel like I'm kind of illiterate there. That said, when you select a template, you will see a description that tells you more about the template and what it contains. Scroll down to read the full description. Okay, so I see third person. So third person, I see. Oh, I see what templates actually mean here. I guess I could go back because I think I understand the templates. Now back to my what was this called? I forgot. New project stuff. Okay, so you can select game genres and all that thing. Configure the project defaults. In the section, you can select your target platform, and that is the hardware when your game or application will turn. Wait, hold up, guys. Did I not go back to my gameplay screen? There is no way I'm still in my main camera. There we go. Guys, I feel like it's kind of awful up there. Okay, so configure the project defaults. This section, so let's go something like in this section, you can select the target platform. That is the hardware where your game or application will run like a computer or mobile device. Configure quality and ray tracing settings. Description, implementation. Select how you want to implement your project logic as character movement level, transitions, and so on. You can choose the following options: blueprint if you want to build your project in the Unreal editor and use the blueprint visual scripting systems to create interactions and behavior. C++ if you want to build your project by programming with C++ and Visual Studio. Okay, let's first go with the blueprint one because that's what I'm working on. Okay, the blueprint visual scripting system in Unreal Engine is a complete gameplay scripting system based on the concept of using a node-based interface to create a gameplay elements from within Unreal Editor. As with many common script languages, it's used to define object-oriented OO classes or objects in the engine. This system is extremely flexible and powerful as it provides the ability for designers to use virtually the full range of concepts and tools generally only available to programming. In addition, blueprint-specific markup available in Unreal Engine C++ implementation enables programmers to create baseline systems that can be extended by designers. I think I kind of see. Maybe I go back to my blueprint quick guide. Now, this is my blueprint quick guide. I read the new project part. Let's go up here. So, name your project, then create it by clicking create project button. You should now be ready to jump and start adding the side scroller level that appears. Okay, construct your launchpad. Okay, in the level editor, you will build a launchpad that then convert it to a blueprint class so you can add your gameplay behavior to it. First, move around in the viewport until you're looking at the top platform of the level. Okay, so apparently I go with like a what project did I go with? Okay. Oh, I see. So this is what we're trying to do here. That does look kind of cool, guys. Okay, that's construct your launchpad. In the level editor, you will build a launchpad and convert it to a blueprint class so you can add your gameplay behavior to it. First, move around the viewport until you're looking at the top platform in the level. We're going to create container to hold all parts of your launchpad by using empty actor. These two parts or components will be okay. You will need are a shape to represent the launchpad and a trigger for when the character overlaps it. In the main toolbar, press modules buttons from the drop down. Click select to display the place actors panel. Wait, this is a completely different interface if I go with like blueprint stuff. I can go ahead and place a actor. Now that you have the actor selected in the level, its properties are visible in the details panel. At the top of the details panel, you can rename it. Go ahead and click it in the box to enter a new name like launchpad. Okay, in the details panel, click the add component button and select cube under the common. Okay, I go with something like cube. Click and drag the newly added cube to the default scene root to make the cube new root. Okay, with the cube component selected, close range. Now we'll add a box collision component. I actually have worked with the box collision component before. I could go ahead and create that using C++, but I want to create that using the box component. That's it. Fire off an event whenever something overlaps in it. Details panel, click the add component button. Then under collision, select box. This is a launchpad. That's just resting back for nice. That's it. Change the box collision scale to x123. Hold up, guys. Ignore the voices from here. There we go. And location, so the box covers and extends above the launchpad. Okay, if at any time you need to change your actor properties, you can click on the launchpad instance found in the details panel under the add components button. Now that you have the actor the way you want it, we turn it into blueprint class. You can add more components inside the blueprint editor and tweak them just like you can in the level. Convert your actor to a blueprint class. When you make changes in the blueprint, each time you make a new launchpad in the level, you will look okay, it will have the look and feel that you have created in the blueprint editor, while you could simply duplicate your launchpad actor around the level. Any changes you make on a particular launchpad would only affect the one copy. In the details panel, click the blueprint add script button. Okay, blueprint add script button. Guys, I feel like the blueprint class interface is like completely different. The create blueprint from section dialog, the box appears. We're going to edit the default path of the blueprint. What type of game are you making? Honestly, I am actually first working on the basics of making game. Like I did like work with a stamina logic, but I did all that stuff just using C++ code and not blueprints. So many of you guys did same, and even like Gemini recommended me to actually learn regular how to use blueprints and all that stuff, because eventually in the future when I want to add paint logic and all that stuff, texture, everything, it's going to be much time saving if I use blueprints rather than typing the code out. So I'm working with blueprints, and then later on I will like work on regular game logic type stuff. That's a change the path of the game slash side scroll bar BP to game side scroll bar BP slash blueprint. Speaking of which, I'm kind of starving. Let me eat something real quick. At this point, you could rename your blueprint or leave it as the default launchpad blueprint. Okay, got it? I see. Okay, click on create blueprint. Your blueprint is now visible on the content browser. Right now, you could drag and drop the content browser into the level to create lots of copies of your platform mesh and trigger, but there will not be any behavior on it yet. In the next step, you will start setting up the graph nodes inside your blueprint to launch your character when it crosses the launchpad. I see. Create your starting point. To start adding behavior to your blueprint class, you will need to open the blueprint editor. I mean, is it important to have a blueprint class? I want to do this in the C++ class, but I want to learn this as well. Okay, double click the blueprint class in the content drawer. The blueprint editor will open and you can see a cube and the box component in a viewport. At this point, if you adjust the box component's displacement, it will be applied to all the launchpads. You make the blueprint class just like what you're working with the components in your launchpad actor. You can select the box component in the components list and adjust the location. Try location of 00350 to Okay, docked next to the viewport tab is a constructor script tab and an event graph tab and an event graph tab. Since you're going to create gameplay behavior, you should start with the event graph. Click on the tab now. Okay, I do know how to open this stuff and all that. Events are the starting point of your blueprints' graph execution and can be associated with a number of different gameplay situations. A selection of most commonly used events are visible right away, seen as translucent event nodes. Event nodes, though certainly useful for many of your own graphs, we will be making our very own. We want an event that will execute when anything overlaps our box component. First, select the box component in the Components tab, right click in an empty spot in your graph to bring up the context menu of nodes. Okay, you could add the graph button. I think I see. Okay, we're adding an event for this component. So expand the add event for box drop down and the collision. You could also use the search box using component begin overlap to filter the menu. Select an on component begin overlap. Okay, so I have an on component begin overlap. I have worked with this add-on component begin overlap in the C++, but never in using blueprints. Your graph now has a on component begin overlap node. Any nodes connected to this event will execute when something overlaps the box component of your launchpad. On component begin overlap, blah blah. I do remember all these things. I'm assuming this is for collision. I don't know what I was reading right now, but I know this part is meant for collision and all that stuff. Actually, my box component, because box component is basically how the collision happens. That's it. Maybe let me go ahead and just eat something real quick. Okay, in the next step of this guide, you will begin connecting nodes to the output pins of this node and learn more about working with nodes in blueprints. Test the overlapping actor right now. That on component begin overlap event will execute when anything overlaps the box trigger. We only want to actually execute our launching behavior. Though, if the overlap thing is our avatar or pawn, think of it as asking the actor overlapping the box trigger the same actor as our pawn. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Guys, I actually can't read Hindi up there. Okay, Shazam. I see. I understand the lag part. Is the stream lagging? What up, guys? Wait, let me actually check. Because, wait, was the stream lagging all this time? I don't think it's lagging. That's it, guys. I think I look kind of funny with these glasses on. Okay, that's it. Let's go up here. But, guys, without the glasses, I feel like the screen is way too bright to read all this stuff. I mean, speaking of which, let's go here. Testing the overlap actor right now. That on component begin overlap event, blah, blah, will execute all this stuff. Okay. They will do that by working with the other actor output from the on component begin overlap. Okay. From that on component, click on the other actor pin, drag the empty spot on the graph. Okay. And then type equal to search the box filter. Oh, I see. Then select equal to object. Why did you choose C++ instead of visual scripting in URG? Honestly, the reason I chose C++ is because I do enjoy coding. I feel like Blueprint is the more boring. It's not I won't say it's boring for everyone. I feel like I like to write the code personally, but in my preference, I feel like Blueprint is kind of boring. But it does save a lot of time. That's why it's a pretty good skill to actually have. So I might actually learn Blueprint, but then once I'm pretty good with the Blueprint, I am going to be having writing C++ code as my main way of actually writing code, because it does give extra precision as well in a few things. When I want to display texture and all that stuff, I'll use Blueprint. When I want to apply math or some kind of logic, I'll use C++. But for that, I gotta actually understand this part. I feel Blueprint just flagged off my head, guys. Hmm. Okay, we could get side scroller character as the other input to the equal to node, but then if we change the character we were using, we would need to reopen the blueprint and manually update that. Instead, let's get a reference to the current pawn we're using, right click in an empty part of the graph to bring up the context menu. Type player pawn in the menu's search box, then under game select get pawn, get player pawn. I have like worked with these stuff with like actual C++ code and all that stuff, but not with the blueprint stuff. All possible actions. Okay. Connect the return value output on the get pawn to the second input on the equal to node. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so what does the get pawn do? Type get pawn. I mean, the only question that I have is how do you guys get the logic like on component begin overlap? Sure, I know that because I worked with the code, but then how would I know that I want to get my pawn and I connect my other actor to my pawn? Oh, I think I see. Never mind, guys. I think I see that part. Okay, now that we have got a node that will tell us if the other actor is the pawn our player controls, we will use the answer to change the execution flow of our graph. That is okay. That said, we will direct the execution flow as it leaves on the component begin overlap node. For that, we want to use a flow control node, specifically the branch node. Drag off the execution pin on the on component begin overlap node and release in an empty part of the graph. Okay, type branch in the search, then select branch from the context menu. Okay, connect the output pin of the equals node to the input boolean pin in the condition node. Okay, the graph is now ready to set up different behaviors to execute depending on whether the overlapping actor is your pawn or not. In the next step, we will do just that and set up blueprint nodes to launch our character if the results of the equals comparison is true. Okay, I'm actually trying to understand what this part means. Okay, so I added a branch up here. So I go there, type branch, then select the branch, connect the output of the equals node. So my output of my equals node into the boolean pin of the condition node. I'm assuming that's the condition node. I'm assuming that's the blueprint pin. Okay, so this is going to be my condition node. So red is for boolean. Okay, and then I go ahead and link my functions up there. And then the graph is now ready for you to set up different behavior to your execute depending on whether the overlap actor is your pawn or not. In the next step, we will do just that and set up blueprint nodes to launch our character if the result of the equals comparison is true. Okay, so it is true. Launch our character. Our launchpad is going to work by using a function called launch character. The launch character function adds the velocity you specify to the character's current velocity, allowing you to throw it whichever direction you would like. It only works on characters though, so we need to make sure that our pawn avatar is a character humanoid avatar. Okay, we do this by casting. Casting attempts to convert your input into a different type. I have worked with typecasting in like C++, but actually I've worked with I think I worked with it in C++ as well, but I didn't like work with it when I was using SDLs in C++. Okay, so you can access specific functionalities that is only allowed for that particular type. It will succeed if your input is based on type. Everything you can place in your level is an actor. Okay, in addition, if any other specialized behavior added on later, that means you can get a reference to anything in your level, cast to the actor, and will succeed. However, not everything in your level is the pawn representing you in the game, so casting something to pawn may not succeed. Get from get player pawn node, drag off the return value pin, begin play casting to character in the search field to the context menu to find the node of the same name. I see. Okay, so I search for cast character node. Okay, so when I go there, I find a launch character type. Okay, so from the cast character node, which is this. That's the return value. Cast character node. I'm assuming it's my this node right here. Oh, there we go. It is this here. I'm gonna go ahead and drag my return value and search launch into the search box and select launch character in the context. Notice that the output execution pin for successfully casting automatically connected to the input execution pin of the launch character. Type 3000 into the Z field of the launch character node. Finally connect the branch node texture execution pin to the cast to character nodes' input execution pin so that the cast to character and launch character only occurs if the overlapping actors are pawned. At this point, compile and save the blueprint using the toolbars button, then close the blueprint editor. Drag several of the launchpads into your level from that content browser. I see, click play in the toolbar on your own. Use what you have learned over the course of this quick start guide to try to follow. Play a sound when your character is launched using audio component. I think I see. Maybe I'll need something real quick. Okay, I mean I can try doing this on my own right now. I'm gonna get this in the other window just to whatchamacallit, just for seeing the instructions and like the steps. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll all the way up here. There we go. So this is gonna be the first time when I'm actually gonna work with like a blueprint node. Okay, so wait, I mean I wanna go with the C++. I don't really wanna go with blueprint though. I mean that's fine, I can try it this way. So I'm up here, I can go ahead and delete all this. And then let's go here. I'm gonna go ahead and extend my details as panel. I'm gonna go ahead and delete light 2. Let's go ahead and delete. I'm gonna go ahead and delete point light. Gonna go ahead and delete that as well. Okay, and that's like pretty much it. Now, I gotta start with from the new project in your Unreal tab, create a new project from the category game that uses side scroller blueprint. Okay, with starter component. I mean, I want to create a brand new component. Does it mean I gotta create a new project? I mean, I could if I wanted to, sure. I guess I could create a new project. Let's go ahead and not save. Exit that. I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine again. Now, inside my Unreal Engine, I'm gonna go ahead and do that stuff. Let's wait for it to open here. Guys, I feel like this is one reason I don't like learning streams, because like I feel like it gets way too boring. There's so much I could do in these streams. There we go. Let's go with new project. I'm gonna go with something like, okay, so which project do I want? Maybe top down. Okay, so game category side scroller. So is this is top down? I do not see side scroller. I mean, I think it's the same thing, right? Okay, this is going to be a blueprint type. Okay, with starter content. Okay. Okay, I guess I go ahead and create a file. Now, while it's being created, so okay, let me go ahead and get this here. So there we go. Okay, let's see. Choose whatever scalability and quality settings work best for your setup. So I gotta choose the scalability and quality that works best for my setup. Oh wait, this loaded surprisingly quick. Maybe because this is a blueprint, I did not have to like open my Visual Studio. Okay, let's get this all the way there. Let's go ahead and extend this down here. Okay, now I'm gonna try to run the code. Can I move using key controls? I cannot move using key controls. I mean, I can move using my mouse and all that stuff, guys. This is one reason I actually like this stuff, but it's so hard for me to do it on my own. Can I jump? I cannot jump. It follows my mouse pointer. Okay, wait, in that case, I might not really want this project. I might go with the other one, but this is like the only one. I mean, I could try it here. It's fine. So, the first thing that I gotta do is name your project and then click create project. You should now be able to jump in the starting point. Construct your launchpad. In the level editor, you will build the launchpad, then convert it to blueprint class first. Move around the viewport until you look at the top platform. Where is the side platform? I think I opened the wrong project. Let me go and exit that. Let's go ahead and open Visual Studio. Guys, I think I actually opened the wrong project. It says something like the side step. So it says let's open Visual Studio again. I'm gonna go with something like new project. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit cancel first real quick. I'm gonna get this here, hit new project. Now here's the thing. So it says I gotta go to side scrollers. So I see simulation. I do not see a side scroller here. Do not see a side scroller here. Do not see a side scroller here. Okay, I don't see like a side scroller project. Should I just go with talk to Unreal or like first person, third person? Maybe third person. I could try third person. Let's go with blueprint class. Let's go ahead and create a class. That's it. How are you doing? Mosa, is that pronounced your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. And guys, I feel like the stream gets so much boring when it's just like a learning type. Let's get this here because there is just so much I could do in these streams. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and eat something. Okay, let's go ahead and extend this from here. Now, if I run the code, I mean, at least I can move. Whoa, guys, the jump is kind of smooth. Here's the reason I was afraid that I might get a copyright if I actually use this. Let's exit this for the time being. I'm gonna worry about that later. I'm trying to learn right now. Okay, let's see. I gotta go to my edge. Okay. Name your project something, blah blah blah. Construct your launchpad. Now I gotta go to here. We're gonna create the container to hold all the parts of our launchpad using the empty actor. These two parts or components you will need are a shape to represent the launchpad and a trigger for when the character overlaps it. In the main toolbar, press modes. So in the main toolbar, I gotta go ahead, press toolbar. So tools, I gotta press modes. So in the main toolbar, where is my main toolbar? Maybe here. Okay, that is settings. I see mouse, toolbar. I see tools here, but I don't see toolbar. Maybe I go ahead and select this. I see animation, brush editing, factor, modeling, mesh painting, foliage, landscape section. I see a plus here. Okay, this doesn't look like main toolbar. That is not my main toolbar, not my main toolbar either. I see content, I see perspective, I see list, I see diagnostics. Where is my main toolbar, guys? Okay, I see third person. Let's read this properly. So in my main toolbar, okay, press modes. Do I see main toolbar? Place actors. Is it supposed to be in my actor? Do I just gotta like place? I mean, I have an actor, right? Okay, maybe I go ahead and just place an actor. Let's go with something like place actor. Okay, go with something like class, box, cylinder. Okay, I see a camera actor and then I see something like a player start. Where is the actor? So I don't see that part anywhere. So it says place actors. Is this just like that Unreal Engine's doc is kind of old? So I see my level here. What up, guys? I think that there's like the old stuck in my teeth. That gets kind of whatchamacallit, kind of annoying. Okay, so attach. Edit SM. Guys, I actually do not feel like doing this stuff. Okay, that's a place actor. Okay, so camera actor. I don't want to get a camera actor. Instead, can I just go to tools, go to new class? Do I want to go? This is C++ class. I want to create a blueprint class. What if I go ahead and go to my contents drawer, right click, go ahead and right click. I want to create a new folder called something like BP classes. Let's go with BP underscore classes. I'm going to open my blueprint class. I think I opened a wrong class. Let's go with my blueprint class, right click. I want to create a blueprint class. This is going to be for my actor. I'm going to call this something like blueprint underscore actor. Okay, enough. Alright, let's see. So that is going to be my launchpad. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it here. There we go, that's my actor. Maybe I want my launchpad to be somewhere there. There, I'm going to go ahead and get close to it. Get that a bit higher, a bit to the left. There. Okay, click and drag the new cube, the default scene root. So click and drag the newly added cube, the default scene root, to make a new cube root. Okay, with the cube component selected, change the scale X and D, blah blah blah. Okay, now we go ahead and add a box collision. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this. Luckily, I know how to add box collisions. Let's go with something like add a box collision. There we go. There we go. It's perfectly centered inside my actor. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, change the box collision scale to be something like this. I mean, I could actually, let's go with something like R. I want to change my scale. I want to make it bigger. There, this is going to be the size of my platform. Maybe I want to go ahead and load something inside my BP actor to static mesh. I'm going to go with something like static mesh. For my static mesh, I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to go ahead and firstly shrink everything here because I want to load in a few files of mine. I'm gonna go to something like content. I'm gonna go ahead and load my Blender QLB file. There we go. Let's go ahead and import. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and get my chat back up here. And these are the Blender meshes that I made. Oh, guys, I never knew this is going to be so boring. Okay, but I mean, I guess it's just going to be boring for now, guys. It's going to get much better later on. Having some hope. Okay, that's it. Let's go to something like static mesh. I'm going to go to my boss actor. I want to set this somewhere. I want to keep it like away from these other things. Okay, I guess this is the complete bottom. I'm gonna go under my static mesh. Okay, why is this a child of my box again? I mean, I guess it's fine. Let's go ahead and click that. I'm gonna go ahead and add something like floor. Let's go ahead and add my floor. That's massive. I'm gonna go ahead and decrease the size. Whoops, there. Let's go ahead and just decrease the size. Click something like W, get myself a little in front. I want to decrease the size a bit more. I'm going to go with something like R to decrease my size. Wait, that looks like it's negative size now. I want to decrease my scale. Okay, I want to decrease it like in general. There, whoops, that's getting kind of big. There, I want to decrease this size a bit as well. I want to get the position a bit to the right. There, I think that's good. I want to decrease the size from here. Okay, that's actually increasing the width of it. I'm gonna decrease my size from here. Wait, isn't there like a general size where I can decrease it from? There, I think that size should be good. I'm just gonna go ahead and click my box collision and increase the size of it. Why is my static mesh a child of my box collision? Let's get out of it. Let's go back to my static mesh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set this here. Okay, I think the size is set. To be something good. I'm gonna click my box collision. I want to increase the size. There. I mean, it looks pretty good to be honest. Let's go ahead and click my static mesh. I want to hit W and get this right under this. There. And then I'm gonna hit something like R to scale it a bit lower. Okay, why can't I actually scale it lower? Maybe I want to like try setting it. Wait, what if I actually go to content drawer? I go to my content, go to my blueprint classes, double click my actor class. Okay, what if I go ahead and add my box collision and everything inside here, so it's going to be much easier. I might delete this from here. Let's go to something like static mesh. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. A box, I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I'm going to go here to my BP actor. I'm going to add those things here. Firstly, I want to go ahead and add a box collision. My bad, guys. I got to go ahead and type add. Let's firstly go with a static mesh. Okay, this gives me more control actually, adding it from here. Why is my speed so... Why am I so fast? Can I decrease my speed if I go like this? Or am I going really fast? Okay, I think I'm going really fast. Hold up, guys. There we go. Increase my speed a little. Guys, is it just me or am I going like very, very fast? Okay, there. I think that should be good, right? Is that good? Am I really going that fast? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to actually figure out why am I going so fast. Let me double click so I can get back to my... Where even is my actor now? Perspective. I want to go with my perspective. Let's show floor. What if I go with show floor? Hold up, guys. I think I did something wrong with my positioning. I want to double click. Maybe I exit that and I go back up here. Let's go ahead and double click this. There we go. Forgot to get my chat up here again. Hold on, guys. Let me get my chat up here. There. Okay, let's go ahead and close Gemini. Let's go to Base Actor. Okay, I want to go ahead and open my actor. This is going to be my class settings. Wait, let's go all the way up here. This is going to be my C++ classes. Why is it my base actor? Okay, I see my static mesh and all that stuff. I don't want to be in my graph. Simulation, hide unrelated, find unrelated, blah blah. Constructor, viewport, there we go. I mean, I think this is fine. I can adjust this. Okay, under my static mesh, I'm gonna go ahead and add a static mesh to it. I'm gonna go with something like floor. There. I'm gonna go ahead and decrease the size of my floor. Let's go with something like R. Decrease the size. There we go. Okay, now can I decrease the size using my details panel? Let's decrease my scale from here. And I know usually we do this stuff in our in Blender, but then I actually did not think I'm going to be needing this tiny floor here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and add a box collision. Let's go with something like a box collision. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click something like W. Oops, not there. I'm going to go ahead and click my box collision here. This is not going to be a child. I'm going to hit something like W. Okay, and then get my box collision here. Okay, are you Diddy, guys? Are you Diddy? It's kind of crazy. I'm just way too exhausted. I want to try actually understanding this part. Because usually I try to make the stream interesting and all that stuff, but guys, I feel like I'm kind of dead. Because, what should we call it? This is like way too hard to do. Okay. And then I can go ahead and move around as well. This is my box collision. Maybe I want to go ahead and... Oops. Maybe I want to go ahead and increase it from here. I guess I could increase it from here. Decrease it. Decrease it from here. And then I'm going to click something like W. To get this a bit in front. I'm going to click my static mesh. W, get this in front. There, I think it's completely inside my collision box. Now, my entire instance, this is going to be my root component. There, I think I'm done with that. I'm going to go ahead and compile, go back to my code here. And now, let's go ahead and check it out. How does this always never work out like I want it to? Maybe I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to go to my BP actor. Let's go ahead and get this a bit lower. Click my box. I want to increase my box collision to be a bit wider. There, that's good. Now, I mean, I might actually click my box collision again. So let's go with BP actor, box collision. I want to decrease it a little. There, and then let's hit something like W. I want to get this a bit back. And then I'm going to hit something like R, get it a bit in front. That's perfect now. Okay, that's perfect. Took me so long to get that done. Okay, speaking of which, I might eat some oats because I'm kind of starving. Okay, now I gotta convert my actor to a blueprint. My blueprint class. I already did that. Okay, where's my actor here? Let me type something like actor. Isn't it called actor? Let's close my playground. This is workspace. Okay, I'm assuming that's my actor here. And guys, I want to remove my glasses just to make my head hurt. There. There we go. Huh. Okay, this is like much better. But I still kind of do have a migraine. Create your starting point. So I already created my starting point. I mean, I don't really feel like doing this. Okay, let's see. So I gotta go to my docked next door to viewport tab is construction script type and event graph. So I'm assuming I gotta go here and then let's go to my event graph. Now in my event graph, I gotta add a bunch more things. Let's go ahead and extend this, go all the way down there. Let's exit my compile results. So let's read this part. Events are the starting point of our blueprint graph's execution and can be associated with a number of different gameplay situations. A selection of most commonly used events are visible right away, seen as translucent event nodes through certainly useful for many of your blueprint graphs where we will be making one of our very own. We want an event that will execute when anything overlaps your box component. So I apparently just got a collision. It's going to be so easy to do this using code. I mean, using my C++. Okay, right click in an empty spot in your graph to bring up the context menu. Okay, and then I gotta go ahead and look for add event box. Expand your add event box drop down and then excuse me guys. Okay, select on component begin collision. So I gotta right click and find something like on component begin. I think I spelled something wrong. Okay, so it's add on component begin collision. Did I spell that part wrong? Okay, select on component begin collision. Let's copy that, right click. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that here. Okay, I'm gonna close context sensitivity, so it's assign on component begin collision. Wait, I think it should go from here. I'm gonna click something like plus. Wait, did I have to actually create plus? Okay, all actions and blueprints. We're adding stuff, so all actions and there's a blueprint. Okay, so wait, instead of adding something new here, let's go ahead and delete this. Should I go with the search bar and like search something like on component begin collision? I think that's actually kind of wrong here. I see call functions, so I don't see this part. Okay, all actions for this blueprint. Let's go ahead and exit this. I'm pretty sure I got a right click up here. Okay, so I guess I got a right click. Now, when I right click, I see accessibilities. Let's select that. Okay. Select a component to see variable and functions. I'm gonna go ahead and look for collisions. Oh, I see. So I have my collision section here. Add event box. So instead, can I type something like add event box? Add event for box. For box. Okay, I see utility, add component. Maybe when I just go with add event, I see this stuff. So it says on collision. Where is my on collision begin play? It could be that I don't find that because this is not for my box component. If I would right click my box component and find something like on collision begin play. There we go, on component begin play. Okay, I guess I have to have my box selected to do that stuff. That said, your graph now has on component begin play node. Any nodes connected to this event will execute when something overlaps the box component of your launcher, okay? In the next step of your guide, you will begin connecting nodes to the output of this node and learn more about working with nodes in Blueprint. Test the overlap actor right now. That on component begin play will execute whenever anything overlaps the box trigger. We only want to execute our launching behavior through the overlapping thing. If our avatar or pawn, think of it as asking if the actor overlapping the box, the same actor as our pawn. Is the actor overlapping our box the same actor as our pawn? Okay, let's go ahead and reset that real quick. There we go. Hi doing, Geet? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's it, guys. I think I want to like wear my glasses, but that like hurt my head. Maybe I want to eat some oats to get some energy real quick. Okay, drag into an empty spot on the graph and release to display on the context menu. And guys, is this stream lagging? Okay, I don't think it's lagging. There we go. Okay, that's type equal to into the search box to filter the available nodes and select equal to object. Okay, so it says from the on component begin overlap event, click on the other actor pin. Okay, so I gotta go ahead and drag the box from here. Let's drag a node. Now I'm gonna go ahead and search something. The context menu is adaptive filtering. The filtering by the pin you're currently working on with, okay, to show you only the nodes that are compatible. Type equal to, so I gotta go ahead and something like equal to. Okay, so I get an equal to node here. But this note seems a bit different, so I'm going to delete the note. Going to go ahead and type equal to again. I want to try the second one. Greater than equal to, less than equal to. I guess I just want to go with equal to. Okay, we could set side scroller character as the other input to the equal to node, but then if we change the character, we were using the would we would need to reopen the blueprint and manually update that instead. Let's get a reference to our current pawn we're using right now, and then right click on an empty part and bring up type player pawn. Let's go with something like player pawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my player pawn. Okay, and then in my get player pawn, I'm gonna connect my other actor to that, and this is gonna be my return value here. Okay, so my other actor is my player's pawn. Now that we have got the node, okay, now that we have got a node that will tell us if the other actor is the pawn or player controller, we will use the answers to change the execution flow of our graph. Okay, that is, we will direct the execution flow as it leaves the on component begin overlap node. For that, we want to use a flow control node, specifically the branch node. Drag off the execution pin on the on component begin overplay node and release in an empty part of the graph. On component empty part of the graph, sure, I guess here. Okay, type branch. So I gotta go with branch. Okay, so I have branch here. I'm gonna go ahead and click that. Let's get a branch node here. Now, in my branch node, okay, I gotta go ahead and connect that. It is connected. I'm gonna get that there. I'm gonna go ahead and get my branch node here. There we go. Okay, connect the output pin of the equal to node to the input boolean pin of the conditional node. So this is the conditional boolean pin here, and that is my output node of my equal to. Output of the equals node is my condition here. Okay, the graph is now ready to set up different behavior to execute depending on whether the overlapping actor is our pawn or not. In the next step, we will do just that and set up blueprint nodes to launch our character if the result of the equals to comparison is true. Launch our character. Our launchpad is going to work by using a function called launch character. The launch character function adds the velocity you specify to the character's current velocity, allowing you to throw it in whichever direction you want. It only works on characters though, so we need to make sure to, okay, everything you can place on your level is an actor in addition to other specialized behaviors add on later. That means that you can get a reference to anything in your level, cast the actor, and succeed. However, not everything in your level is pawn representing you in the game, so casting something to pawn may not succeed. From the get player pawn node, drag off the return value pin, begin typecasting to the character in the search field of the context menu to find the same name. Cast to character. Mine is already a character class, so I don't think I need it. Okay, then type launch. So character launch, notice that. Okay, I think I want to watch a few tutorials on this because I do not think that I understand much from just reading the docs. Like, even I do this, why is it even at this part? That said, I might actually do this using using some kind of tutorials. That's it. I might go to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. I am kind of exhausted, so I do want to watch a few tutorials and all that stuff, because I feel like the docs just kind of went over my head. That's it. If you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like, give my algorithm, share, make you smile, and subscribing so I get you on top. That's it, guys. I did start multi-streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I will start multi-streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well if I did meet the followers and requirements. So if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is going to be in the description. And also join the Discord server. That's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys, or have general conversations. The link will be in the description as well. And you guys can get access to my social by typing !social in chat, or get access to my Discord server by typing !Discord in chat. And guys, today I did try to just go just stream horizontally for an hour, and then I moved on to horizontal and vertical to check if that actually affects my quality type stuff. I think it did not. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next short video. Peace.